Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiara. Thank you for joining us today. This is going to be video number 2 for my series, Makeup is a Skill. So for today, I am going to be talking about color theory, skin types, undertones, and how to shade match your foundation. So like, share, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So color theory. Color theory is a concept that is used in any art form. And color theory helps you understand what colors to use to implement what type of aesthetic you want, what type of vibe you want, how you want people to feel. Color theory is used in almost everything. So makeup is an art form, so color theory is very important in makeup. It's important because it helps you understand what makeup looks best on you. Some colors will look better on some people, and some colors will look better on you. And I feel like one of the biggest things right now is like when you watch a tutorial, you're watching someone do their makeup, and whatever product someone might use on themselves might not work on you. That's the thing with makeup. It is very personalized. So that's why I keep repeating myself, like, you have to try it out. Makeup is a trial and error. You have to try stuff out, see what works for you. Makeup is returnable. So if you buy something, you don't like it, take it back to the store, return it, get a shade that matches, or get your money back if you want to. So this is a color wheel. So a color wheel has 12 main shades, but as you may know, you can make literally millions and bajillions of colors out of these colors right here. So you have the primary colors, which is red, blue, and yellow. Okay, all colors come from these primary colors. You can mix these 3 colors and get all the colors, all the shades, all the hues of everything that you want, in addition to black and white. But the main 3 are yellow, red, and blue. And then you have secondary colors, which are orange, green, and violet. Okay, and then you have tertiary, which is when you mix the primary colors and a secondary color. And then you get yellow, orange, green, yellow, green, blue, what does that say? Blue, violet, and red, violet. Okay, so that makes up the 12 colors on the color wheel. I have this to help give you guys a visual of all the different colors and undertones that are in makeup. So complementary colors are colors that are opposite on the color wheel. So red and green are opposite. Orange and blue are opposite. And yellow and purple are opposite. So that is important because that's when color correcting comes into place. So for my people who are more fair skin tone, like you're lighter, you might have redness. Redness might come through. And sometimes if your redness is strong, like you have a lot of it, your foundation might not cover it up. That's when color correcting comes in. So you would take a green color corrector to put on top of your redness because it's going to neutralize. Complementary colors neutralize each other and turn into like a brown. So then also with black women, when we have like hyperpigmentation or dark circles, it can come through as like purplish or blue underneath our skin. And sometimes the foundation might not cover it up. You know, you don't want to cake your face up with foundation to cover it. That's when you can use colored concealers to help. So you would take a orange concealer like this to help cover up those dark circles or the hyperpigmentations. If you got dark spots, it'll help cover it up and neutralize it so that your application for your foundation is a lot more flawless and you don't have to use as much product. And if you're darker, they all come in different shades. I know with the Huda Beauty has like 3 different orange color correctors because everyone is not the same skin tone. If someone who is fairer was to use an orange corrector that I use, it'll be way too orange for them. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have people who are darker than me who need something darker because this one might not be deep enough for their skin tone. So I also want to use the color wheel to show you the main thing in makeup, which foundation shade matching, which is cool and warm undertones. So if you can see, these all up here are warm. These are cool. Okay, cooler tone, warmer tone. So a cooler undertone on like a fair skin type is like pink. Like you have like a pink that shows through with your skin. You look rosy. In black women, you can come across as red. Red will come through, or if you are like a true cool, you'll come off as in a blue undertone. And those are typically in like the deep dark skin types. You also have warm, which I think is pretty popular. I think a lot of black women get categorized as warm just because we have that glowy goldenness to our skin tones, but there are a lot of cool toned black women and a lot of warm toned black women. So that would be more on the yellow golden side, where you come through and it looks really like golden, like I said. And then you also have neutral, and I think neutral gets very underrepresented. So neutral is a mix of everything, where you kind of look a little bit golden, you look a little bit red, but you can't really tell. That's typically more on the neutral side. And in like more medium skin tones, it can come through as olive. So like a lot of like Middle Eastern, like Italian people can come through as olive because they have that green undertone in their skin. So there's a few ways you can test to see what undertone you have. And one way is the vein test. If you can see your veins through your skin, if they're more on like the blue purple side, then you're cool. If they're more green, you're warm. If you're like a mix of both, where you're like purple and green, then you would be neutral. That test can be hard because sometimes I can't even really see, just because I am dark skinned, and I feel like that test works better for fair skinned people. So like I have this vein right here. It looks blue, it looks green to me. Like, I don't know. That's why I think I'm neutral, because I can't get like a definitive answer. But if you're fair skin, medium skin tone, like you can see it a little bit better. But sometimes it's hard when you're dark skinned. So another easy way, if you're more dark skinned and you can't really see your vein colors, is how metals look on you. So I wear silver because I feel like that pops the most against my skin. And when I say pop, it's like not like it looks complimentary. It's not like I'm getting like washed out in it. And when I wear silver, I feel like I look more like harmonious. Like I look like almost glowy for real. Like if I was to wear a silver outfit, that would look good on me because I have the dark hair, and the way my undertone is, it just complements it better. When I wear gold, I look very washed out. It's almost like you can't even really see, like it's almost like it kind of drains the life out of me a little bit. Like, you know who looks really good in like gold? Beyonce. You know, like how everyone was saying how washed out she looked with the platinum blonde hair, because that's not her color, that's not her undertone. She's not cool, she's warm. When she has those honey warm brown hair colors and like the golds and the yellows, it looks really good on her because she has a warm golden undertone. So I wear silver because I feel like that pops the most on my skin tone. I could put on some gold jewelry real quick, so just so you can see the difference. Like, it doesn't look bad because I mean, you know, it's gold jewelry, but it doesn't pop on my skin. Like, it doesn't give that like vibrancy because I'm more neutral. I can wear gold, it doesn't look bad though. I even like to wear both sometimes just because I know that I am neutral, but I am not like a gold girly. And I know some girls are just like, I only wear gold jewelry. It don't matter. That's all that I wear. But I promise you, sis, just test it out. See how it looks. Like, you see how that kind of like gives a little bit. I love mixing my jewelry. I wear gold and silver all the time, but I prefer silver. But I hardly ever wear gold on its own unless I'm just trying to like trying to do like a certain type of look. Okay, so you see how that like complements the way I look? Okay, so another way that you can test your undertone is with a white t-shirt. This one might be a little bit more difficult, but I'll show you anyway. You want to take some white fabric or a white shirt, whatever, sheet, pillowcase, whatever, and you want to put it against your skin. And this way you can kind of get like a clear canvas to see what colors are kind of coming out. Like I said, this one is a little bit more difficult, but on certain people it's very obvious. Like, I feel like I'm coming through right now because of my makeup a little bit on the warmer side because I have on bronzer. But if I didn't have on any makeup, you could see my undertones better. But this is a way that you can see. So go in like your bathroom or something, somewhere where you have good lighting, and put it up against your skin and your face, the shirt, pillowcase, sheet, whatever, and then you'll be able to see your undertones pretty easily, just because the white creates like a blank canvas for the colors to come through. Okay, I hope I'm explaining this as good as I can. Like I always say, if it gets confusing, ask me any question, okay? And I will do my best to answer. Now we're going to move on to skin types. So, if you're looking at your face in the mirror, right? What do you see? Do you see like dullness, like almost like a cast, like your face almost looks ashy? You see flakes? You know, that would determine that you have dry skin. Now, when you have dry skin, prep is very important when you're applying makeup, because if you're putting makeup on top of dry skin, it's not going to look good. Okay, all skin types should prep very well before their makeup, but with dry skin in particular, you really want to make sure it is moisturized. You don't want to over moisturize, but you want to make sure you're doing a very good skincare routine, especially before you put on your makeup, so that it applies better. I have like combination skin, meaning I get dry all around here, but I get oily on my nose and in my T-zone. Now, oily, I feel like a lot of people are familiar with having oily skin. Oily is when you have like an overproduction of oils in your T-zone. So when you put on makeup, you always look oily and you're always trying to blot. And then when you blot, your makeup comes off. That's oily skin. With prep with oily skin, I feel like, I'm not a dermatologist, so don't quote me on this, but I feel like a lot of times the skin is like trying to overcompensate, and that's what makes it extra oily. Could be wrong, I don't know. Look it up if I were you. But with oily skin, you still want to moisturize, but you want to use something that's more water-based and not also have oils in the moisturizer as well, because then you got the water. Then you have the oils and the moisturizer and the oils on your skin, and then it's like a lot. So I would use a water-based moisturizer if you have oily skin. You also, for all skin types, you should exfoliate. Exfoliating is going to help get that dead skin off your face, because if you're not exfoliating and then you put makeup on top, it just doesn't look good. So you want to make sure you're exfoliating however often works for you and your skin. Now, when you have dry skin, like I said in the previous video, you want to make sure you're using a dewy or skin-like foundation. That's going to help with the look of the foundation, so you don't look extra dry, extra matte. Like I said in the previous video as well, if you have dry skin, Or if you have oily skin, you want to use a more matte foundation to help keep that oil control, at bay. So next, I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna do like a shade matching in store so you guys can see how you can find your foundation in the store. Now, before I get there, a few things I want to say. So there's high-end makeup and there's drugstore makeup. When you go into Sephora, that's all high-end makeup. More expensive, but it has better products, better quality, better ingredients. Drugstore makeup is not bad. Some drugstore makeup is really, really good. A lot of them are just like dupes of the high end just because high end is super expensive. There's nothing wrong with drugstore makeup. Drugstore makeup you can find in the drugstore like CVS, Walgreens, and with Ulta, they have a drugstore side and a high-end side. And I say to never buy a foundation as a beginner without getting a tester first, because now you have this whole foundation. I mean, you can return it, but I just recommend getting a tester first so you don't even really have to deal with all that. So you can go into the store and get a tester of the foundation that you want. They'll give you like maybe a one, enough to wear and test it out one time, maybe 2 times. And you can take it home in like this little container and you can try it out and see how it works on your face. See if you like the color and if you like how it performs on your skin. And if you like it, then you can go into the store and get a full bottle. Now, when you do it that way, now you have a foundation that you like in a shade that you like as well. So then you can use this website called Foundation, where you can type in the foundation that you have in the shade and it'll pull up all the other foundations on the market that is close, like that shade or pretty close to it. So then that way you can go into the store, get a tester, see if you like it. And if you like it, now you have 2 foundations that you like. But then this way, at least you know what to look for. So you're not in the store trying out 20 different foundations to figure out which one works for you. Okay, I am here at Natasha Denona because she has a really good like color system. You have neutral, yellow, golden, peach, warm, rosy, pink. Okay, now remember in the videos I said neutral is a mix of both. Hers is under cool. I don't know why, but that's what hers is under. But at least it gives you a understanding of what she deems as neutral. They have golden, yellow, peach, warm, which is more like an orange undertone, rosy pink, which has like that red underneath it. Okay, so let me show you guys the difference between warm and red. Well, let's do yellow. Okay, so if I was to find something close to my shade, okay, well this is Y13. And then if I do red, rosy, whatever, this looks like the darkest one she has. At least this Ulta, which is RP8. The one on the right is the red, and the one on the left is the yellow. Do you see how that looks? Can you see how it's the same like shade but different undertones? Right. Okay, now the one on the bottom right, that one is the neutral. And the one next to it is the peach, the warm. I know my hands are ashy, it's cold outside, y'all. But do you see all the different undertones in that? I hope you guys can understand what I'm trying to explain. So when you shade match in a store, you see how when I turn, I look different because there's so much different lighting in here. The biggest thing that I feel like I can recommend is to go to a mirror like this one and look up. And you can look in like a mirror, like a handheld mirror, but I like to look up. It's like black women, we have different tones in our skin, and when you put on your foundation, this is where you want to match. You want to match to your neck. Okay, not like up under here, but more like your neck, chest area, so that when someone's looking at you, it's all the same. So like right here or right here, that's where I like to shade match. So here are all the shades. And in this line, I'm definitely a lot more neutral. So let's look at the color system that she has, right? So don't forget, neutral, cool, yellow golden, peach warm, rosy pink. So if we look at these shades and look at the color system, I have a yellow 13, white 13, and that probably might be the only one we can try, because I feel like that would be way too red. This one might work, so let's try these two right here. So this is the Y13, and this is the NP14, so neutral pink 14. Ooh, this foundation is creamy. Hold on, I might have to get this. Okay, so this is the yellow and this is the neutral pink. I'm leaning more towards the neutral, but let's just see how that gonna look. Okay, so that's the neutral. And that's the yellow and blend. Oh wow. You see how that blended right in? Remember I said the neutral? Look at that. Whoops. Look how that blended right into my skin. The yellow doesn't look bad, but that neutral, yeah, I might have to get this foundation, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so that's how I would shade match in the store. If you're still not feeling confident, you can ask one of the sales associates to shade match you, because that's what they're here for. But if you are too nervous to ask someone, or you don't really trust what they say, that's how I would. And then you can ask for a tester, take it home, test it out, see how you like it, see how it looks during the day, because makeup looks different in different lighting. And yeah, so what else should I do? Let's do like lipsticks, lip glosses and stuff, so you guys can see how that looks on different skin tones too. Okay, so these lipsticks are Pat McGrath. Okay, she has really good lipsticks. So let's do some swatches. This is a cooler berry tone. This will look beautiful on any cooler brown skinned woman. This would be too light for me. I could make it work with some lip liner, but it would be too light for me, and it's a coral orangey color. That would probably make me look washed out. Like, it wouldn't pop against my skin. This will look terrible on me. This is like a very bright orangey red. Now when you are like a cooler tone, neutral tone, dark skinned woman, you want to get a blue toned red. If you are warm, this could work on you. Especially if you're like a medium color and like a tan color with like really warm golden undertones, this will look really, really good on you. But this would not look good on me. So hope you can see the difference and what I mean as far as like colors, color theory, what colors will look best on what skin tones and what undertones. Okay, so these are lip liners from MAC. Okay, so you see how this is like a warm chocolate brown? This is chestnut. This is really good for dark skinned girls. This is cork. This is more of like a cool brown. You see the difference? So this warm brown probably has like more red or more orange in it, and this one has more cool colors, like probably has like more blue in it. I don't remember these shades, but I just wanted to show you for fair skin and then the undertone. So this is like a mauve pink, and it's like a cool toned pink. This is like a coral color, which is like a warm orangey type, you know, pinky but more orange leaning. And this is like a warm toned nude color for like fair skin or like medium skinned people. So just showing you the difference in the undertones and how they can all look different on different people. Like this, if I was lighter and warm, this would look good on me. But since I'm cool, this wouldn't look good. Even though this is lighter, this has a good undertone for me because it's cooler. And I'm more neutral, which has cool and warm, or more like golden, cool and golden. This would look good on me if I was more light. It has the right undertone, but it's not the right shade. Okay, now I'm gonna show you some blushes. So these are the NYX Buttermilk blushes. These are pretty popular. I'm gonna show you like the different shades and undertones and how it'll work with each undertone. Okay, so here we are. These are actually really, really good blushes, like lots of pigment. Okay, so that third one, this one, that would be way too orange on me. This one I could probably make work, but it's a little ashy. These last two are great. This second one is like a berry shade. And then the first one is like a mauve pink, which is a cool tone pink. And then berries typically have blues and purples in them, which is a cool tone color. This second one is like a coral, which has that orangey tint to it. And this is a pale pink. It definitely has the blue undertones. It will work, but it's just not the right shade. It's too light for me. But this is great for like anyone with a fair or medium skin tone who is more on the cool or neutral side. This is Juvia's Place on the drugstore side. So if you read, it says deep dark with warm olive undertone. So this is, remember we said that olive has that green, so that's more on the neutral side. So this is for someone with a warm neutral undertone in the deep dark shade range. So when I say shade range, I mean this. This is the shade range. So like one of these could be the right undertone for me, neutral golden undertone, but it's not the right shade. It's too light. So it wouldn't look bad, but it would because it's not the right shade, but it has the right undertone. So right here you have the foundation sticks from Black Opal. And there's testers, so you can see if you're good and like, if you can really try. But if you're too intimidated by just going off the way it looks, you could probably just look up their website, and there should be a description of the undertones on the website. So let's do a few swatches. Let's do Suede Mocha. Let's do Sweet Espresso. And let's do Nutmeg. Now look at that. Based off of what we've learned, what can you tell from these? Just by looking at them. There's no description, just looking at the colors of them. What can you tell by based off of what we learned so far? Just take a second to think. Okay. This is extremely warm. This is like an orange brown. This would be a pretty decent bronzer because it's a really warm brown. This is green. This is a green brown. I'm sure there's some people who's this color, but I mean, I don't know. But this is a green brown. So this is neutral. Remember? Olive, green, neutral, more green leaning. This is more yellow. This is a golden shade. So you see how when you kind of know the colors and you know what to look for, you're able to just tell off of what you're looking at, and it's not as confusing. You just gotta learn it. Okay, I did buy Natasha Denona foundation from the store, because I wanted to show you guys how it can look different in different lighting. So I have my lighting at home versus in the store. So let's see. Remember, this is the Neutral Pink 14. Real quick, because I'm editing and I keep saying this Natasha Denona foundation is neutral pink. It is not. This is neutral peach. P for peach, R for rosy, which is pink. Rosy is pink, P is peach. Neutral peach. Neutral peach. So, yeah. So, Neutral Pink 14. Remember, we tried the yellow, and it was looking a little too yellow. And this one has more of that neutral in it. That's a pretty good match. Now, since I'm neutral, I often have a hard time finding foundation shades that don't look too green or too ashy or just weird. Like, I really have a lot of different undertones instead of it being warm or cool. You know what I'm saying? So I have like a mixture, and that's why I feel like I'm neutral. Damn, that looks good. Do you see that? Okay, so I'm gonna let it dry down to see if it oxidizes. Now, this is why it's important to test out your foundations, because they can oxidize. So basically, oxidization is when the air is in contact with the formula and it dries down. And when it dries down, it can dry down a different color than when it looks when it's wet. I know. That's like, you probably like, dang, now I gotta make sure it looks when it's dried down. Yes, you do. You do. So I'm gonna let that dry down, and we're gonna see how that looks, and see if it oxidizes. But right now, that looks damn good. Like, the undertone, the shade, like, it looks probably one of the best matches I've tried in a while. Okay, so I think this is dried down for the most part. Since it's a hydrating formula, it's not gonna dry down like all the way. But I'm just blend out the edges just a little bit on my finger. Yeah. That's a pretty good shade. So it, as you can see, it really didn't oxidize like at all. Let's try this NARS, the Light Reflecting Foundation. This is a popular foundation. A lot of people like this one. See, this one doesn't look too bad. It's like a shade too dark, but it's like almost like a true neutral. And sometimes those neutral undertones can get green. And I feel like the green can make it look dark. I'm surprised I even have this. This doesn't look that good. Like this Natasha Denona is like crazy. You can't even see it. That's a good match. So I'm gonna let this dry down so I can show you if it oxidizes. Okay, so I have these Lancome foundations. This is a popular one too, but it has sunscreen in it. So it has 6.7% of our octinoxate and 5.1% of titanium dioxide. So it has sunscreen in it. Now I know for sure that most foundations that have sunscreen in them are going to oxidize because it has that octinoxate in it. This is a good foundation though, so maybe they have a formula where it won't oxidize that bad. This is like a $50 foundation. So as you can see, this one is just about dry now. So I'm gonna put it down wet to see how much it oxidized. It definitely oxidized. You see that? But you see how it dried down? I don't know if this is translating well on camera, but this is a lot darker than this. That's for sure. Like, this almost looks gray in person. At least against my skin tone, it does. Okay, so this one, this is the Lancome. This is just about dry as well. And it looks like it oxidized to me too. I really hope you guys can see this on camera because in person, it looks so different. Okay, Fresh Pump, clean brush. This is a great demonstration. I hope you guys can see this on camera. It's not as bad as these two, but it definitely oxidized. So that's why I really recommend you taking home a tester. Don't be like me and buy foundations. I buy foundations, I return them all the time. But you really want to get a tester and take it home, try it on, see how it looks, because makeup is like, it's a formulated like product. So there's different ingredients in it, and you know, it's like, it's chemistry. And then you have different ingredients that interact with your skin, interact with someone else's skin, and it can look different and it can react differently. So it's very personalized, like very personalized. So I highly recommend getting a foundation, getting a tester, and taking it home. Now, I hope with all these tips that I have given you, the demonstrations and everything like that, that has really helped you understand the process of like shade matching for yourself, and that it can help you move forward in your makeup journey. So I really hope that this video helped. I hope that I described as best as I could. I'm a visual learner, so I hope that seeing it for yourself can help you understand makeup more. And if you guys have any questions, please comment them down below. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.